talk about the Baltimore Ravens every day, Monday through Friday. Please subscribe and comment on this video. Let's begin. The first news of the day is that the Ravens traded Jeremy Zuttah in the 198th pick to San Francisco for the 186th pick. And so we can all see that this is one of those trades just to get Zuttah off of the hands of the Ravens. There were rumors that the Ravens were going to cut him anyway, so they were able to get, a pick in return. It's going to be a very low sixth round pick, but the Ravens. It's very apparent that they're in some way cleaning house on offense, at least. Letting Ricky Wagner go, they didn't want to overpay him, so let him go. Kyle Juszczyk, they didn't want to overpay him, so they let him go. And now you let go of Jeremy Zuttah, which leaves two giant holes on your offensive line, and actually three giant holes because the injury to Alex Lewis. So now you're not sure if Alex Lewis is going to come back 100%. Jeremy Zuttah's gone, and Ricky Wagner is gone. And with free agency dwindling down, there aren't a lot of players left to fill these holes. And so there is some debate on what the Ravens are going to do. And I'm a little worried with the offense. Our defense looks good after the big signings that we had, but two holes in the offensive line, and now it kind of looks like that the only way you're going to be able to fill them is from people who have never started before, or even in some cases players who are new to the NFL. So we'll see what Ozzie has up his sleeve, but I'm not confident. But again, John Harbaugh said that he wanted to get bigger on the offensive line. Zuttah is injured a lot. Zuttah was a good player. He was ranked as the 14th best center in the NFL, which is middle of the line, but he was actually rated on the higher end for the Baltimore Ravens in Pro Football Focus and one of the top 5 players on offense based on his Pro Football Focus grade. So when he was injured a lot, but when he was healthy, he did a fine job. But in the pass game, in the run game, he had issues because he's a smaller center. So we'll see what the Ravens do. I think they're going to try to get some bigger offensive linemen who can, push people around in the run game. But like I said, now we have 3 gaps in our offensive line. Not knowing if Alex Lewis is going to be okay to be a starting left guard, and now not knowing who our center is going to be and who our right tackle is going to be. So we'll see, and we'll keep you updated as that goes on. And so that was really the only news of the day. It also saved $5.8 million in cap space, which is great. So anytime you can save cap space is a good thing. So we're, like I said, that's a good thing. The next piece of information isn't news. It's just what happens is I go around the web and I look for stories for you guys. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. But I look for stories for you guys and for me as well so I can learn as much as I can about the Baltimore Ravens. And one of the stories that I saw was that the Bleacher Report ranked the signing of Tony Jefferson as the #1 free agent signing of this year, which is good because I think that his signing is going to help make our defensive backfield much improved. And so with him and Eric Weddle in the back, there won't be any big play, or there will be a minimum amount of big plays. And then on the even better, Dean Pease can now mix and match. He can do a whole bunch of different things with 2 smart safeties. And then Dean Pease's defense, which is one of the more complicated defenses in the NFL, it'll be a great fit, and we'll be able to run defenses the way we want to run defenses in Baltimore. And so I agree with the Bleacher Report that it's a great signing, and I'm very happy with it. Now, I do think that this makes the Ravens safeties the second best safety duo in the NFL. Again, I can't put anyone over Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor for the Seattle Seahawks. But I think the Ravens are a close second, and depending on how they play this upcoming year, they could end up being the first. So who knows? Who knows? And so the last piece of information I have is a mock draft monitor. So ooh, this is also found on BaltimoreRavens.com, and they go around and they find all the people who made a prediction on the Baltimore Ravens. So I wanted to talk about it with you guys, and see what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what position you think the Ravens should draft, and I'll give you my opinion. So the first thing that I see coming up a lot is John Ross, and that means they're going to give the Ravens a receiver who's speedy. When we have speedy receivers, but I mean, too much speed doesn't exist. You can always have more. And anyone who knows, been watching football, John Ross is the receiver who ran a 4.22 and broke the record for the fastest 40 of the modern era. So again, if we can get him on the team, it'd be great, and it would be like having a Tyreek Hill, a player who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he's so fast that he can change the game. He changes the game in special teams, and the Ravens need a special teams returner so bad. And then he can also change the game on offense. And we'll see. And I think that the Ravens do want a receiver, but there's another receiver I think they would rather have than John Ross, and he'll be coming up in this list as well. So I'm going to scroll down the list and read what we have here. So you have outside linebackers. You have a plethora of outside linebackers. No one can make up their mind. You have Charles Harris from Missouri. You have Derek Barnett from Tennessee, Carl Lawson from Auburn, and Takarius McKinley from UCLA. One thing in common they all have is that they are pass rushers. And so I wrote an article on theravenspace.com about how the Ravens are two positions away from being a great defense again, and that is cornerback and pass rusher. And they obviously agree because they think the Ravens should go get them. So, and then the last name that we want to talk about here is another receiver from Clemson, Mike Williams. Mike Williams is the person I think that the Ravens want. Mike Williams is strong, he's big, and he played for a winner. And the Ravens love all three of those things. That's why we keep on taking strong, big winners from Alabama and different schools like that. So we'll see where the Ravens decide to go. I'll do a live stream of the draft too, so you guys can see my reactions if you care. I don't know if you do, but again, so that's all for today. Again, we keep these short. I know we're all busy, so we keep them as short as we can for you. And if you have any questions, any comments, we'll do a comment of the day. Just again, comment below this video. Subscribe. We do one of these every day, Monday through Friday. Please let me know if there's anything I can improve on. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, and